Hi guys, this is Chris from Official Nintendo Magazine. I'm going to be showing you the first 10 minutes or so of Xenoblade Chronicles, the English language version on the Wii. As you can see, it's a really nice looking Wii game. The backgrounds are pretty impressive, and everything moves really smoothly, so that's quite cool. And there's a butterfly. Hello! The cool thing about this game is, first and foremost, the battle system. A lot of Japanese RPGs have a really annoying battle system where everything's kind of random and you get chucked into fights where you don't really want to. So say you're playing something like one of the earlier Final Fantasy games, or say a Pokemon game, and you're running about and suddenly it just goes and throws you into a fight you don't want to have. That's obviously extremely annoying. That isn't the case here, certainly in the early part of the game, where a lot of the enemies are kind of docile creatures, like this little fellow here, or this little rabbit thing. They won't fight you if you approach them and try and give them aggro. They won't be having it. The only way you can actually initiate a fight is you have to start it yourself, and then the fight properly kicks in. So what you do is you find an enemy you want to fight. In fact, I'll fight that rabbit. Press L or R, assuming you're using the classic controller, to highlight it, and then press the A button to initiate the attack. Hello! So basically it's automatic attack, so all I'm doing is moving about here and my character's just swinging as and when he gets his kind of little time limit runs out. Now there's special arts attacks they're called. This, you can move between them using the D-pad on the bottom here. This is a turn strike, which is like a powerful move that you can use after so many turns. And obviously when you defeat everyone you get a treasure chest. But there's also a kind of strategy involved as well. I'll quickly defeat this just to show you how that worked again. So yeah, just one at a time, one at a time. Now as you can see, when the enemy's attacking my partner, he's got a red ring around him, which means that the enemy's focused on the partner. It means some attacks like this backslash one I've got, I'll show you that in the next fight, are more effective from when you attack the enemy from behind. So the trick there is to make the enemy attack your opponent, your partner, and while that's happening you go around the back and use that move. So for example, here we go, he's focusing my partner, now the red ring's there, so I choose the backslash, get behind, and boom. Good job everyone. So that's the basics in terms of battle. The good thing about the game is, obviously, if you don't want to, if you're in a hurry like in here in a way, I can just run past all these guys. The game gives you enough responsibility to know, look, if I don't fight these guys I'm not going to level up, I'm not going to be strong later on. I know that, I realise that. So if I don't want to fight them, then I'm taking that risk myself. And the game appreciates that and says, right, go for it Chris, it's your funeral son, so thanks. These kind of blue orbs are collectibles. Each area has got different collectibles. We run over them. I'll get a tutorial here first. Gather collectibles, Chris. Okay. You can either trade these things in at the shop, or you can put them in your Collectopedia, which you can find here. The Collectopedia lets you kind of store all the items. It's kind of just a collecting up basically of all the items. So there's obviously veg, fruit, flower, bug parts and strange items in each zone. So in Colony 9 I've just found a strong dandelion. I don't have time for weak ones in this game. So you basically press A to record it in the Collectopedia, and that's you. So we got my first Collectopedia entry, and I've got an achievement that you see on the right there. The game's got various achievements which you can find here. There's loads of achievements, like some of them tell you what you need to do, like this one, I need to use a gem to enhance a weapon or a piece of armour, and the other ones you get to kind of discover for yourself what they are. There's a hell of a lot of achievements, which is good. It gives you something to do while you're playing through the game, and it kind of adds to the lifespan of it, which is quite cool. I also like this menu system in general, because you can mess about with it while still playing the game, because you use the D-pad to bring it up. So I can do that while I'm still running through the game, until obviously I go to the option that I want. The other cool thing is some items and some enemies only appear at certain times of the day, and some quests and some characters only appear at certain times of the day. The game's got a kind of real-time day and night system, but if you can't be bothered waiting about, you can just go to change time and choose what time you want. So if I suddenly want it to be night time, I can go boom, make it night, and suddenly it's night, which is pretty cool. I can wander about and do my thing during the night. Moonflower, see? You ever think you get a moonflower during the day? You are joking me, my friend. No chance. So let's carry on. I'll take you to the first village. Let's see what that's like. Rabbit diodes, get plenty of those in Glasgow. That's no great shakes for me. So here's the first village. The music's really nice as well, if you can hear it. It's all proper orchestral stuff. Okay, here's a cutscene.
Here we are. I better stop in at HQ. You off to the weapon development lab?
Yeah, when I've sold any parts I can't use.
Alright, see you later.
Bye-bye! The good thing about this game is all the characters you meet, the kind of non-playable characters, all have a kind of role in the grand scheme of things. I'll skip all this, I can explain that. Also you get experience for every landmark you find and location, so basically any new place you find in the map, it brightens it up on the map, plus you get experience points for it. So if I move over here and find Dunban's house, I get a little bit more experience for that. So you literally get experience, which makes sense for finding new locations. You're becoming a more experienced adventurer. There's some more, so that kind of makes sense. It's pretty cool. Now, some of the non-playable characters you can just walk over and chat to like this. Yeah, you better believe it, Colin N9 resident. The ravenous monsters do come out late. Don't worry about me, mate. I am tough as old boots. Yes, I know. Bye now. But some of them, let's see if I can find one, have got exclamation marks above their nut. And like this chap here.
Hi there.
Hello! Don't we all? Don't we all? So there's loads of kind of mini quests that you can take on at the same time as the main quest, and you don't need to kind of stop your main quest to do it. You've got a kind of big list of quests here. This is the only one I've got just now, obviously. But all your quests list up here, and so you can kind of keep a lot going at once. So that's pretty cool, and you can jump. Hello. There's also you can also zoom the camera in and out, which is quite handy for stuff like this. If you like that sort of thing, if you think the camera's zoomed out too far, or if you want proper epic views of the locations, because it does look really nice. It's a really nice looking game. That's more or less it for the most part. Also, when you talk to everyone, let me just zoom in a bit. As you talk to everyone in the game and find out more about them and solve quests for them and everything. Hello. Yeah. Well, I could tell you a thing or two. Oh, who's this? Yay. Bad English there. Okay. You can also, I believe it's here. No, it's not actually available yet. This affinity chart is a kind of almost like a sort of family tree showing all the characters that you've spoken to in the game. It appears in like maybe half an hour or so from this point. Basically, the more side quests you do for people and the more you talk to people, the more they all link up to each other. It's like a huge chart with all the characters in the game, and you get to see how they all relate to each other and who likes who and who hates who. It's a really cool idea. It gives a lot more character to the game. So yeah, that's the first 10 minutes of Xenoblade Chronicles. It's a really good game. It's really worth checking out when it comes out. it takes all the kind of JRPG elements and improves them all. There's a lot less repetitive gameplay. Everything's really streamlined and works really smoothly. It looks really nice for a Wii game. The battle system's simple but with a kind of hidden depth to it, and yeah, just everything about it is really nice. Approved. Definitely check it out.